Mr. Manga, can I use your earpiece?
I'm going to call you on your phone.
How did I call me? How did?
Check the mic first.
How did?
Check my mic first.
Are you linking us? Are you linking me? Okay, I am on standby. Manga, can I use the? Yeah, you can call on Manga's phone rather.
Alright.
Manga, they are calling on your phone, huh? Muna is a earpiece. I don't know koma. Yes.
Go up. I want you to go up.
Yeah, Hadi? Hello, yeah, Hadi? Wow, Mr. Kande? Yes, Mr. Kande? It's a simple phone, it's Manga's phone. It's working, I can use that one as well. Hello? Hello? Yes, I am set. Yes, Mr. Kante, I am set. Yes. Yes, I am hearing you. Let me check my phone. Are you getting me now? Hello? Are you getting me? Possibly my phone was on mute. Possibly my phone was on mute. No, I mean my phone, my phone.
What about my food?
Yeah, I am set to go. Yes, Mr. Kande. Yes, Mr. Kande. I am getting you. Yes, Mr. Kande. Mic test, mic test, mic test. It's my phone. It is good, of course. I just want to avoid distraction. That is okay. No problem. Manga, where is Basil? Basil. Lamin ka be call kan ala phone ora. Mayo. Hello, Mr. Kande. Back on speaker. On speaker. Hello. Yes, Mr. Kande. Yes, Mr. Kande. Okay. Yeah. He's putting it in my pocket. Okay. Yes, Mr. Yes, I am getting you. Yes, of course, I am getting you. Yes, I am getting you. Yes, Mr. Kande. Yes, I am getting you. Yeah. Mic test, mic test. Are you getting me? Mic test, are you getting me? Are you getting me? Yes, Mr. Kande. Yes, Mr. Kande. Yes, I was getting you. Mic test, are you getting me? Are you getting me, Mr. Kande? Are we set? I am hearing them. Yes, I am getting them, Mr. Kande. Thank you very much, Amadou, for having me on the line. It was a very interactive press conference between the elect President Adama Barrow and the media personnel. It was very interactive, and a wide range of issues were discussed, from education, health, security, and other matters relating to the Constitution. And with regards to the Constitution, this was a major question that was put to him, and most people were concerned about the the presidential term limit, which was a very concerned question. And according to the president, he has assured the people that he would make sure that before the end of his term, he would have what is known as a presidential term limit. And according to him, he is a big fan of a term limit, and this is something he has assured people that he would make sure that he will put it into effect before the end of his term. Equally as well, the president have also delved on the education, and according to the president, he would make sure that he would institute a proper education systems that would ensure the growth of the country, and this will help everyone, ranging from all sectors, from the doctors, teachers, and all other people who are part of the country, to make sure that education is promoted to the next level. But equally as well, the livelihood of people, according to the president, he will make sure that he would rehabilitate the agricultural sector to make sure that the country's livelihood grows to another level, because this has been a major concern by most people, and it has been raised by some journalists. You know, how does he plan to address the price of basic food commodities in the country? And agriculture was his key point. According to him, with agriculture, this could be something that could be placed in the past, and he is willing to do everything with his government to make sure that the agricultural sector is rehabilitated. Amadou. Pardon, can you repeat yourself? Indeed, interesting, Amadou. He made mention of the health sector, and according to him, he is already building, he has already inaugurated a project to build a first-class hospital in the West Coast region, that is a Farato, which is all part of his plans to make sure that we have a quality healthcare delivery in the country. And equally as well, he has made claims that the country's mortality rate has drastically reduced over the years as a result of improvement of the country's health sector. Indeed, those were the few points I was able to get from him with regards to the country's health sector. Indeed, interesting, Amadou. As you rightly mentioned, the president, according to the president, he has already received the recommendations of the TRRC, and as he put it to the media, he is making sure that the right process is followed, because according to him, the recommendations has to follow a process, and he is not the only one involved in the recommendation thing, because there are other people or there are other stakeholders who are involved in the recommendation process, like the parliament. So they will make sure that they will work together as a team. At the end of the day, they will come up with a white paper, and that white paper would entail all the details that has to do with the TRRC recommendations. But he has equally reassured people that they would work on the TRRC recommendations, because as you speak, most victims they felt like they have been betrayed when the president-elect was announced to form a coalition with the party of the former president, that's Yahya Jammeh. So it's actually very interesting, and that today he is telling the press that he is working with his team to make sure that the recommendations are being settled. Absolutely right, Amadou. The president have indeed mentioned about that. That is the issue of electricity, energy in general. That is both water and electricity. That is across the length and breadth of the country. And according to him, he has, as we have rightly heard from the just concluded press conference, he would make sure that before the end of December or any time against December, he would make sure that the issue of electricity and water is being addressed in the country. If you could recall, the OMVG sub-power station in Soma was inaugurated a couple of months back, and according to him, this is part of one of the projects which they would use to make sure that, which the government would use to make sure that the issue of electricity is addressed in the country. And I think these are very important projects as well with regards to the addressing of electricity. But more importantly, the president has also outlined that in the past, the issue of electricity was a big thing in the Gambia, and according to him, electricity used to go more than 10 times in a day. But now he is claiming that the normal time that electricity normally goes is less than 10 times. But equally as well, the people that we've normally engaged, like in certain communities, like in the community of Willingara or communities around West Coast region, we always see that the issue of electricity is always a problem, and is still a problem as we speak. So we hope that here against December or any time after December, we would see his promise coming into effect. But if that is not done, we would have to go back to the drawing board as media personnel. We raise these questions again, because this is a promise he just made, or these are affirmations he made during the press conference, Amadou. Indeed interesting, Amadou. And what I can tell you about the mood here, it's like the government of President-elect Amadou Barrow, it's like they are fully set for the next step, because they don't look like people celebrating their victory as it used to be in the past 3 days. So, but for now, what I see is seriousness and a government that is ready to work for the people of the Gambia in the next 5 years. So I think Barrow is much more prepared, and as most people are projecting, when he is re-elected come December 4th, and which has just happened, he would be very serious about the development of the country. That is why today he made mention of infrastructural development, and as he has always been re-echoing about infrastructural development, and we've just heard today, he said no nation can develop without infrastructural development, and he has reassured Gambians again that he would make sure that he will do everything in his power to make sure that the Gambia enjoys infrastructural development. And equally as well, even this question was raised, the issue of bridging the Banjul Bara, but he was like they are working with partners to make sure that they get this thing sorted, and according to him, they need they need huge amount of money to bridge this, that is Banjul and Bara. But according to him, they are working with partners like the IMF to make sure that this project comes to light. So, but he has reassured Gambians that he will not leave the issue of infrastructural development. He will make sure that infrastructural development is addressed so that the Gambia could move to the next level when it comes to infrastructure-wise. Indeed interesting, Amadou. I could say from my point of view, it was a mixed reaction because the president, one, he was open to all questions that were directed to him, because if you could see during the press conference, there were different media houses present at the State House, and almost all the media personnel who were present on the ground had their questions answered, despite the fact that some media personnel have more than 2 questions. But all the mediums which were present, both international and the national mediums, were all given a privilege to ask questions. And I can tell that the interview was very interactive, and most journalists were happy at some point, I would say. I will not say 100%, but at some point, because the president was very interactive. He was very free, as most people will claim that he was not very open to the media. Because if you could recall, when he newly came, prior to coming to power, he says if he is elected, he would make sure that he will be having 6 months briefings with the media. So now that he has taken this step prior to his inauguration come 2022 January, it's like it's a good step, I would say, from my point of view. And I think it was a very interactive session, despite the fact that most of the questions were not answered because most journalists have more than 2 questions, Amadou. It's a pleasure. Yes. Can I take my leave? Yes, Mr. Kande, can I take my leave? Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes, Mr. Kande? Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Not a problem. Yeah. I'll get back to you any information. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Manga, we are rushing to the arch. In the next 15 minutes I'll be connected to the news again. That is
You are going to wait there?
yeah. in the next 15 minutes, we should be at the Arch News. Audio problem, crazy.
I'm communication technical audio problem.
But it was successful.
Technical audio problem.
No, audio we can go. But it's good.
In the next 15 minutes, I don't understand.
In the next 15 minutes, we should be at the Arch. Then you will connect C News with TWT.
Arch.
Yes, I should also comment there. Yes. Baseni, what would you do? Thank you very much.